everybody, it's Angie, and I am back with another reaction. And I truly am back because I just returned from about 2 weeks of being unplugged. I went and visited my daughter in LA over Christmas, and I had a fantastic time. Today, we have a special request. The group is Bandmaid. And the title of the song is Without Holding Back. Now, this special request came from Bill Hallisey. Also, there was a suggestion for this song as well. It was also suggested by Wayne Benedict 4609. Now, there was a little bit of confusion about this when they first requested it because a couple of months ago, I reacted to something called Without Holding Back, but I found this one that they're talking about, and it was just released. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. Real quick, I just want to get something out of the way. This will probably be the only time that you will hear this anytime soon. There seems to be some confusion about how the channel runs in reading the comments, and I just wanted to clarify that. This channel is ran by suggestion. So what I do is I read all the comments, and yes, I read every single one, and I look for any suggestions while I'm doing that and put them on a list. Also, if you just mention a song, I do treat that as a suggestion and put that on the list as well. Now, this list is hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of titles long. So what I did is, if you don't want to wait until your suggestion pops up on the list, because it could be quite some time because I have so many titles and so many artists on that list. I did make available the Buy Me a Coffee option. Now you can either use the QR code that's on the screen or the link down in the description. What happens when you do that is it turns your suggestion into a special request, and I have been able so far to get those requests out within 1 to 3 days of the date of request. The other important thing to know is that currently I'm doing 2 reactions a day. Those 2 reactions are being pulled from the list of suggestions. Now, if I get a request via Buy Me a Coffee, that is actually an additional vehicle. Don't know where that came from. That is actually an additional video. It does not take the place of a suggested video. So if I'm doing 2 videos and I get a request, that means I'm going to be doing 3 that day. So hopefully that's clear to everybody. So let's continue with something else. Down in the description is all the information for the band. Visit their YouTube channel. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe while you're there. Okay, now my understanding is this is an instrumental, and I have seen a couple of instrumentals by Bandmaid, and I have literally loved them, which is saying something because I generally prefer music with lyrics because I really adore the human voice. However, this one is not with lyrics. I can't wait. So let's get started. Okay, we're going to stop for a second. This is awesome. This is very, very good. What I liked from the get go, they just came out and they meant business. They were just getting at it, and I love that. Um, I like their instrumentals because it's just like it's almost pure creation. I don't know how else to put it. I know that it's probably all rehearsed and put together ahead of time, but it just feels like a creative jam session, and it sounds so fantastic. It sounds fresh. And of course, my girl, I had think that I am starting to understand that possibly my favorite in this group is the drummer. I don't know why. I love all of them. They all have just this special quality, each one individually. But I really love seeing the drummer. She is so cool. So anyways, let's continue. Okay, another question. I just happened to notice, is that Saki playing the keyboards? I was having a hard time telling because it doesn't completely show her face, but I think in the other instrumentals she wasn't even in them. So if that's the case, let me know down in the comments. Either that or I'm just my brain's not working properly. I don't know, but pretty cool. Let's continue. Okay, that was fire. I loved it. Fantastic. I was thinking as I was watching this, I have seen some of their earlier stuff. I don't know if I've seen something that's all the way back to the beginning, but they to me are kind of like a fine wine. It starts out good. I mean, they were always been good. And then it ages and it just gets better and better and better and brilliant. And that's what they are. You can just see it. If you do a juxtaposition between early in their career and now. And they were fantastic early in their career, but they're just, I can't think of the word I want to use, but they're elevating. That'll work. Yeah, just loved it. And now I do know that is the lead singer on the keyboards, and that is truly awesome. Love to see that. So I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for that. If you're still with me at this point, please go ahead and click that like button. Also, you got something on your mind, throw it down in the comments. And would really be great if you would consider subscribing to the channel. It really, really, really helps. With all that being said, I hope that every single one of you has just a brilliant day. And on top of that, I hope that your New Year's is going exactly as you wished. And I will see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.